Hey everybody, this is Algie, and today we're going to be taking a look at the two debut releases from Oingo Boingo, the demo EP and Oingo Boingo. So first off, I just want to say that, at least in the way that I look at it, there are three pretty distinct periods in Oingo Boingo's career. There's the early period, the middle period, and the late period. Now, it's really hard for me to choose because each period has their good qualities and things that I like about them, but I definitely think I would have to say I prefer the earliest period. And this is mainly because their music's a lot more punk rock influenced. There's a lot more of that ska influence in their early albums and releases. And there's a lot more attitude in the early releases. They just really went after everybody and were very outspoken and were not afraid to, not that they were ever afraid to say anything. It seemed a lot more prominent in their early work. So the demo EP was the first release from the band after they transformed themselves from a large theater troupe into a smaller, more compact rock band. And of course, before they were called Oingo Boingo, they were called the Mystic Knights of Oingo Boingo, which is a pretty cool name. And something cool about the demo EP is that it features the title track to the Forbidden Zone movie, which was directed by the troupe's founder and original leader, Richard Elfman, which is Danny's brother. The demo was recorded in 1979 to be given to radio stations and A&R reps to try to land a record deal, which worked out for them because they were then signed by I.R.S. Records, who released the Oingo Boingo EP in 1980. Which featured 2 tracks from the demo EP and 2 newly recorded tracks exclusive to the Oingo Boingo release, at least for the 12-inch version. So the reason that I'm kind of combining these 2 reviews is that, first off, the demo EP is very rare. You're only going to be able to find it on like file sharing websites and stuff. I understand that only a couple copies exist still, and they're pretty much owned by band members and whatnot. So, and also, between the 2 releases, there's only 5 songs between both of them. So I didn't see a point in separating the 2 reviews and thought it'd be better to do it as one. So something I love about the first releases, and especially the fact that the first track on the demo EP is Ain't This the Life, is that immediately from the start, you're introduced to Danny Elfman's sharp, witty, sardonic lyricisms from the very beginning. It gives you a pretty clear indication from that first track whether or not you're going to enjoy the body of work from this band. It definitely set the path for the rest of the band's career. So obviously, being recorded as a demo, the first release has definitely lower production quality, but in my honest opinion, this is vastly superior to the overproduced work of the middle period, especially. The middle period of the band around like Dead Man's Party and that era, while awesome music, always awesome music for Oingo Boingo, it's just a little too slick in that period. And something else that's interesting about these first 2 releases is that while still there's still keyboard and electronic elements. It's not nearly as pronounced as later periods of the band. No electronic drums, and just the keyboard seems to be buried in the mix a little bit more. And something I love when I read about Oingo Boingo, and really it kind of makes me sad, but I have only gotten into Oingo Boingo within the last couple of years. Like a lot of people, I had heard, Weird Science and Dead Man's Party and stuff, but never really gave them a fair shake, which is a shame. But something I really enjoy is that when you read old reviews of Oingo Boingo's albums and stuff from the contemporary reviewers of the day, they just hated Oingo Boingo. They despised Oingo Boingo. And it just really makes me laugh because the band kind of fed off of this negativity from the press, and Danny Elfman even says, and it's something I'll talk about when I review Only a Lad, but he talks about how they aimed to piss people off. They aimed for the critics to hate them. They tried to be confrontational, and it really gives a nice, I don't know what I want to say. It just really helps fuel the energy behind their work. One of the greatest things about the band since the very beginning was their unique and intriguing arrangements. Great examples on the first releases would be Only a Lad, the bridge section. That's just not something you heard in music at the time, or that you really even hear in music today. And the bell parts to I'm So Bad. I'm not even exactly sure what instrument they're using for that song, but it's something that you never hear in rock music, new wave music, or whatever. It definitely set them apart from the very beginning. One of the songs that is featured on the Oingo Boingo EP that was not featured on the demo EP was a brilliant cover of Willie Dixon's Violent Love, which is probably, I haven't given too much thought about it, but as far as I can think, it's probably my favorite ska song of all time. It's just so much fun. Listen to it and try not to skank and move around. It's just fantastic. And the absurd lyrics, if you've never heard the original song, go back and check that out, because I never heard of it until I heard Oingo Boingo's, and just the lyrics are so weird, and it's such a weird idea, but smart. I've heard a lot of people give shit saying that Violent Love is like the worst song lyrically of all time or something like that, but no, it's really intriguing. It's a really cool song, and their version is definitely the superior version. And the other song recorded for the Oingo Boingo EP was a re-recording of Ain't This the Life. But that was only on the 12-inch version and not the 10-inch version. Not really sure why. But in my opinion, the original version on the demo EP is the superior version. It just seems like it has more energy. I like the rougher production quality. And I don't know, I just think that's the superior version of the song. And it's definitely a real shame that the demo EP has never been officially re-released, because I'm pretty sure that's the only place you can get the full version of the Forbidden Zone theme song. And it's really great. It has a really great dancey chorus that kind of hints at where they would go in the future a little bit with the more danced influenced rock that they did in their mid-period. But I definitely think both of them should be re-released. So, final verdict, I just absolutely love and adore these two releases, as well as most of Oingo Boingo's releases. So it's really hard for me to put a number on each of them. Originally, I was thinking of giving them a perfect score, but then the more I thought about it, they definitely do have stronger releases later on in their career that are, superior to this one. So after a lot of thought, I've decided to give both of the collections here 4 Jesuses out of 5. They're really great. If you've never heard them, go check them out. If you're not familiar with Oingo Boingo, go check them out. For anyone who doesn't know, Danny Elfman's the brilliant composer who does many film scores, most of Tim Burton's films, and he was the singing voice of Jack Skellington on Nightmare Before Christmas. So definitely check it out, and you won't be sorry. So, I'm Algie. That's all I've got for the demo EP and the Oingo Boingo EP. If you like the video, please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I will see you guys later.